Okay. So close the eyes. Bring focus to the tip of the nose. And bring the tongue down to the lower teeth. And have your hands resting on the belly. And adjust your body so that you feel as symmetrical as possible. And bring attention to your hands. And feel your hands resting on the belly. And sensing if the hands feel warm or cool. Noticing the weight of the hands. And watch the hands move up and move down. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. And we're just starting here. This is called just observing the breath. Just observing the breath. We've done this every time that we've gotten together. And notice little things like, does the breath have a shape to it? Does that shape change with every inhale and every exhale? What's the texture of the breath? And if your mind starts to wander, it's fine. Bring it back to the body, either feeling the hands on your belly, noticing the shape of the breath, or texture. Breath awareness is the very basics of yogic breathing called Pranayama. But what we're doing right now, anyone can do, and it's totally safe. We'll be here another 30 seconds watching the breath. Observing the breath. Being curious. And then let go of this practice of observing the breath. What we're going to do next is, if you're lying down, you're going to come up to a seated position. So I'll give you a moment to sit up nice and slow as we move into the next breath practice, which will be a more enlivening. So this would be how I would teach a sequence, probably to somebody that was feeling a mixture of anxiety and exhaustion, and possibly someone in pain. So the feet will be hip width apart, and the hands will be turned up towards the ceiling, but resting on your lap near the hip crease. So you'll have a nice opening through the upper chest. And the shoulder blades, imagine these are my shoulder blades, the shoulder blades move back towards the spine. Again, so that you have a nice opening in the front body. You can close your eyes. And this is called mountain breath. Or you might want to watch me for this first one, but the directions are easy. So if you listen, I bet you'll get it. But if you're someone that's also a visual learner, you might want to look. So my hands are now going to turn, and they're going to rest on my hip creases. And I'm going to press down on my hip creases. And even if you're sitting in your bed with your legs straight out, I think it's fine if your feet are not on the floor. And just press down firmly on the hips, and you may have a sense of grounding, a sense of opening. And then inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling and interlace the fingers and bring them together. I'm going to show you what this looks like. You're going to interlace the fingers like this, and then the two pointer fingers come together. And you're going to just take an inhale here and an exhale. And another inhale. Exhale. Do that a couple more times. We're going to have another piece in our next round. I just want you to feel what this is like and how this will give some energy. Possibly. And now exhale. Open up the arms to the sides of the room. The palms are facing the floor. And then bring the heels of your hands inside your hip crease. Press down. Get a little taller in your body. Let the head move around. Then turn the palms back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Interlace your fingers. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Exhale all that breath out. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Arms are still in the air. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. This time, inhale. Exhale. Reach the arms all the way back down. Push the heels of the hands into the hip crease. Ground the legs, ground the feet, open the chest. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Notice any amount of shifting inside the body, any amount of space. We'll do this one more time. Ground the heels into the hip crease. Press the feet into the floor. Get tall. And inhale, reach the arms up, 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 up. Interlace the fingers, and we'll take a full inhale, and a pause, and an exhale. Inhale, feel like you're pushing your feet into the ground, and the hands reach up. Pause. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And now release the arms all the way down. Press the heels of your hands into the hip crease. Close the eyes. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling, letting the knuckles rest on top of the thighs. The elbows hug the sides of the rib cage. Observe. Feel any amount of space, any amount of ease. And then the last part of this breath cycle, breath sequence that we're doing is alternative nostril breathing. So you'll take whatever is your dominant hand, mine's my right, and just for easiness, I take all three fingers and I close them in towards the palm of my hand, like I'm having a hang 10. Is that hang 10? I don't know. And then I turn that around, and because we're going into evening, we're going to start by, we're going to close off our right nostril very lightly. And you'll basically, that little like ridge here, that's what you're closing off very lightly. And you'll inhale through your left nostril and exhale through your left nostril. You can close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. And at this time, inhale through the left, close that off, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale right. And when we inhale and exhale outside the right, it's a little bit more stimulating to the brain. So this could be good for exhaustion. But now we're going to balance out both sides. So inhale right, hold the right side, exhale left. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale left, close that off, exhale right. Inhale right, close off the right nostril, exhale left. Do this one more time. Inhale left, close that nostril off, exhale right. Inhale right, close that off, exhale left, and then let it all go, breathing in and out of both nostrils. Close the eyes, check in, feeling what's more spacious inside, what feels quieter, what feels more balanced, what still may be irritated. Then let's come to standing. See me? Okay. All right. Start with feet hip width apart. Hands on the hips. And if you have balancing challenges, maybe hold on to a chair or a table or whatever's close by. And lift the heels up and rise up on the tips of your toes. And then come back down. And then come back up. And just on your own, keep going up and going down. If you want to stay a little bit longer, challenge your balance, you can do that. And if this hurts at all, then just stay in mountain pose. I find this is really good for anxiety and overwhelm. I consider this a balancing pose. It takes a little bit of focus and concentration to not, if you wiggle around a little bit, that's okay, but it still throws us off a little bit. And it's really helpful if you're feeling anxious because we don't want to follow them. So we have to focus on balance. And pause. We're going to do some hip circles. So going whatever way you would like to start. With your hip circles, going nice and slow. And as you do this, if there's an area that you want to stay a little longer in, go for it. Keeping the knees soft. So they're meaning not soft knees, but meaning slightly bent knees. Slightly bent knees. And then when you're ready, you can go the other way and just circle. Nice and easy, no overdoing. Notice if I was holding my breath, so notice if you're holding your breath. And one more time around and back to center. So I feel more invigorated, more alive, a little bit more sparkly, clear-headed. So check in and notice what's going on for you. Okay. So I'm going to turn sideways. I'm going to turn this so you can see what I'm doing. So you're going to stand. You don't have to stand sideways with this. I'm just doing so you can see me. My feet are going to be hip width apart. And I'm going to bend my knees and reach my arms out. My butt's going to go back. And you don't have to go as low as I am, unless you can. You can be here, you can be here. I'm going to come down here. And this is a semi-squat position, which is good to tire out the legs. And then straighten the legs, come up, bring your hands to the sides of your hips. And then reach those arms back out. Sink your butt back, 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 back. And then come up. Tuck the tail down towards the floor as you come up. And then squat again and stand up. Do this 2 more times. Think about spreading your toes, grounding your heels. time. Pause. Breathe. Maybe your heart's pumping a little bit faster. Now we're going to bend the knees again if that's comfortable for you. I'm going to turn back this way so you can see. I'm going to take the inside of my left hand, my left hand to the inside of my left knee. And then take my right hand, and it's going to go right in front of my nose. And then begin to turn and lift that right arm up as high as you can for a little bit of a twist. And then come back. And then reach up. And then come back. And then reach up. And come back. One more time. Reach, 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 reach. And then let that go. Stand up. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And that's a little bit of a twist, which I think is good because it helps release the psoas muscle a little bit, where we sometimes tend to brace and hold ourselves. So bending the knees again. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right knee. Press that hand in towards the knee. And then reach that left arm up. And bring it down. Reach the left arm up. And down. And then back up. On your own. Take your time. One more. Come back to standing. We're going to move up to the shoulders now. So rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Like we've done every time. This is just so great and simple to get that upper body to open, feel more spacious. As you inhale, so add the breath in, shoulders rise up towards the ears, and then exhale, shoulder blades down. Feel free to make noises. And then we'll reverse. Bring the shoulders forward and down. One more. Excellent. Close the eyes. Bring your hands on your hips and begin to circle your head. And whatever way you want to start. Oh man. So as you're rolling the head, take your time. Don't strain anything. Really let the head be very heavy. Releasing any stress from the day. Go this way one more time. And then reverse. So we're really, maybe more movement than some of you folks may have wanted this evening if you're feeling exhausted. But I'm hopeful that will help you really rest deeply tonight. One more time. And And then head back to center, arms by your sides. Maybe you can take a little walk around your room for a moment. Feeling more buoyancy in the body, more fluidity, more space. I feel lighter in my belly. I feel more open in my chest, my throat. Still a little tired around my eyes. What's alive? What's alive? Okay. So coming back, and this is where you can lie down, you can stay seated. You can choose your position, and I'll give you a moment to choose what to do. So we can rest here for 10 minutes. 10 minutes of Shavasana, as it's called in yoga. Yesterday I was talking to a gentleman who called this pose star pose, which I really liked. You need to grab an extra blanket or sweater. Please do that if there's something close. Allow yourself to settle. Allow yourself to just settle right here with all of us, your community. And I want to talk to you tonight about something called the vagus nerve, also known as the wandering nerve. It goes from the 10th cervical spine all the way down through all the major organs, all the way down to the pelvic floor. And when we feel scared, our body goes into fight, flight, freeze, or collapse. That's our trauma response. The body braces. So this evening, what I think about often, but is how to really relax that wandering nerve. Some people call it the soul nerve as well. I need to double check that. Don't go around saying I told you that. But the wandering nerve. So getting that to just really relax. And tonight we're going to do that through sound, through humming. And this is something I've been playing around with today just to see how it feels in my body. And it feels really good to hum. So we're not going to do it quite yet. Right now, all I'm asking you to do is just to check in with the body, make a couple more adjustments, and then let yourself settle in. Let's just check in with the jawline. Feel any tightness around the jaw. Notice if your mouth feels tight. And then going inside the mouth and feel the dome-like shape of the inside of the mouth. Being aware of any amount of relaxation inside the mouth. And then sensing the nostrils. And feeling air moving in and moving out of the nostrils. And the next time you breathe in, and as you breathe out, hum. So let's play with this. And notice how that vibration feels inside your body. Did it feel like that vibration was more obvious in certain places than others? Did some places feel stuck, like the vibration didn't go all the way down? It froze someplace? So we'll do that a few more times and just pay attention to how it feels to hum. Don't worry how long. If you can't hum very long, it's okay. We're just playing. I think of this also as clearing out cobwebs inside the body, inside the brain. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale, hum. One more time. And just be quiet. Notice any amount of stillness inside, any amount of clearing. Any amount of relaxation. Really tuning in to the whole body. Tuning into the whole body. Resting here. Doing absolutely nothing to the best of your ability. Just being. Just being. Creating space. Still here. We've got another minute to rest. Another minute of just being. And slowly make your way up to seated if you've been lying down. Keep the cameras and the mics off for a moment. We're just going to sit here for about a minute in seated meditation. Get comfortable in this position. Just very gently rock. Gently rock. Backwards and forwards. This is also very soothing to the nervous system, and I bet it's something you already do, but I want to remind you how useful this is. If you're unable to sleep, if you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious. Debbie, I kind of blanked out on pain, but I'll try to remember it for next time. Just gently rock. Paying attention to your breath. Noticing when you inhale. Noticing when you exhale. And then come to a pause. When you're ready, you can turn your cameras and mics back on, and we will say goodnight to each other. Wow. Thank you for being here tonight, everybody. I'm noticing in my body, I feel more grounded and centered, and even keel. Debbie, let's start with you. Anything you want to say for close this evening?
When we were laying down towards the end, I felt like I was floating on water. Everything was evenly supported. I didn't have any pain, and it just felt very relaxing.
Thank you for that. Beautiful.
I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now? I'll get closer. There we go. Thank you. That's beautiful. I'm glad. And one thing that I want to say with pain, when we teach meditation, we always are, if we're doing a body awareness meditation, we talk about the opposite end of the body. So if it's your legs that are bothering you, we talk about start with the meditation up here so that the focus is away, is a distal point away from the pain. So I'm glad you can feel just a sense of lightness inside. Karen Burke.
Well, I heard you talking about feeling the inside your body like waves. I don't know. How did you explain it?
Just noticing any amount of waves or movement, fluidity.
And that's, what does that do? Because I do that. I feel that a lot.
That rocking feeling? Or just
no, not the rocking, just what's
that wavy feeling?
Yeah.
In my body, I think because we're what is it, 80% water? And I just think feeling that movement inside is very grounding and it's soothing. And at least for me, like there's just something about it that it's a natural rocking inside that's subtle, not So I
Yeah.
find it to be calming.
Yes. And I when I do meditation on Saturdays, I feel that a lot during the meditation. And I was always wondering, is that weird? Or, but I guess it isn't.
I see head shake. No. And I'll get more, like a little bit, I'll try to see if I can figure out like a little bit more of a, if there's a little science behind that, like exactly what that is. So I'll do some research. Karen.
I feel great. I'm so relaxed. I just want to go to bed now. So, yeah, I feel like burden is lifted.
Thank you. Glad you came. You know, these practices, they are practice. And you really can't get it wrong. You know, it's really figuring out what works for your body. And, you know, sometimes we need a good cry as well. So this is just, I think, like all those things to me are tools in the toolbox. And you just pick one that works in that moment in time. So thank you for being here. I'll see you all next week. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
My pleasure.